Here we are.
What's up?
Had some minor malfunctions. For some reason it wouldn't rotate to the sideways mode, so I had to switch phones. Let me get all this percolating. How y'all doing? Hope you're doing fine. We got a bow to work on in a minute.
Well, it ain't updated on mine.
Here we go. I got something up here. There we are.
There it goes.
We'll let everybody get on here for a minute.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we are. I've never had to do that before. We went live and it was sideways. We always hold the phone, what do you call it, landscape mode, and put it on the little tripod. So I had to switch phones out. I probably just need to restart this one or something. But we got all kinds of stuff going on tonight. Hopefully we don't have our little microphones on because we're going to be moving around, so hopefully y'all can hear us okay. But we got some giveaway stuff we're going to talk about. We got a Matthews to work on that we'll do. And then happy 4th of July.
Yep.
It'll be coming up here in a couple of days.
And everybody wish Jeremy a happy early birthday. It was July the 5th.
My grandma stopped by the shop and brought some cake. Thank you, Nanny.
Darren said nice. Muddy Duck said, hey guys, and happy 4th. Darren says, nice, you're not sideways anymore.
I don't know why I did all that.
It's crazy.
Let me get my... There we go.
What's going on, Leon?
I just finished your string a while ago. Thank you, sir. Let me get my sound off on this one. Jeff Rebman, Jeff, if you're watching, thank you.
Yeah.
I got a random box of goodies, pretty big box of goodies in the mail this week, and Jeff said he watches our feed and wanted to contribute. So he sent us a box of all kind of random stuff to give away. So tonight, we're going to give away this nice, it's one of those stiffy slings. You can kind of move it and it stays put. It's got a lockout doors mount. But anyways, it's a lime green and black thing. So I guess, go ahead, what do you think, 1 in 25?
Yeah, we'll start there, and if we run out, we'll bump it up.
Pick a number between 1 and 25. We got some bows to work on. We'll pick at the end, but y'all know the normal thing. Try to not pick a number somebody else has got, and at the end, we'll give this joker away to somebody. But what we got is a Matthews Halon 32 that one of our viewers shipped in, Mike. Thank you, Mike. I don't know if he put the strings on or somebody else did, but he ordered a set of strings from another company, which is completely fine.
Mm-hmm.
No hard feelings, anything, but he just said he couldn't get his bow to tune right. And he had some sort of a dry fire in the, what was it?
He said he had a certain company bow scale said the loop,
the hook
the
broke.
hook opened up and pretty much kind of dry fired his bow is what he told us.
So we're gonna see what's going on with it and get it tuned up and go from there. I'm trying to wait a minute till the air kicks off in there because it'll be loud. That air's loud blowing across there. But if not, we'll be okay. But anyway, so if you just got on, we are giving away a sling courtesy of Jeff Rebman, R-E-B-M-A-N. Thank you, Jeff. So pick a number between 1 and 25. Try to look through the comments and not pick a number somebody else has got. Soon, I'm going to come up with some kind of a giveaway for the folks that are not on here live. Maybe we'll do like maybe I could throw something on the website, you know, like pick a number that way, because I get a lot of comments lately of people that said they're at work or something like that and they'd love to get in on it, but we do it at the same time every week and they're at work and they can't do it. So I don't want to miss out on those people. Thank y'all for watching. If you're not watching it live and you're watching this afterwards, thank you for watching. But we'll get y'all in on this somehow in the next week or two. We'll come up with a fancy way of doing it.
Matthew says hello everyone, and William said that he got his broadhead wrench.
Got the wrench. Good. But yeah, we'll get everybody included here soon.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh, it looks like Jackie's leaving us.
We leaving?
You want to be on the live TV?
Why do I want to be on the live TV?
They like you, Jackie.
No, they don't. Nobody likes me.
I didn't say that.
I did.
I mean, Joyce has told us for years. No,
Yeah. Oh, man.
Jackie's leaving us. He's going home to eat dinner, I guess.
Barbecue ribs.
All right, I'm going with Jackie.
I'm going too. We'll just leave the phone on
Yeah.
live right now.
Somebody pick a number.
Yeah.
But anyway, so pick a number. Let me get up. Anybody commenting?
Yeah, we've got numbers coming in.
Okay.
We'll see y'all tomorrow.
All right.
All right.
See you tomorrow.
Everybody's wishing you a happy birthday.
Muddy Duck said she does like you.
That's one.
Have you met this man? Give him a wave, J-Man. See if that thing sits there.
Matthew said he got his wrist sling. He said thanks again. He's putting it on his son's bike.
Very cool, very cool.
Yep.
I was hoping that air would kick off in there.
I don't think it's going
Roll
to.
with it. I guess we'll bounce up in there real quick. But like I said, this is a Halon 32. I just briefly looked at it, and the axle to axle is a little long, and the brace height's a little short. So we'll check the timing to start with. I'm sorry if y'all can't hear us very good for a minute. This air's full blast over here, but it'll turn off in a minute. We'll give TJ the oil phone.
Bad thing about it is it's going to be shaky.
Let's go see what the timing looks like. So it's maxed out. It's measuring almost a ½ inch long and about a ¼ inch short on the brace height, which tells me we probably need to twist a cable somewhere. But I'm just going to see what the timing looks like before I do anything. Oh yeah, that's that weird grip. You might have to put a hand on it. This has got some kind of aftermarket grip and it wants to slide on us. Alright, we're touching on the bottom and we've got quite the gap on the top. We got like a 2 to 3 inch gap on top. Alright, so that tells me we're going to do some major twisting here. The poundage wasn't that far off, but I'm gonna go put I'm gonna start with 3 twists. It's probably gonna take more than that. And that'll be, the top cam's not hitting. So that'll be me twisting this cable that hooks to the bottom cam that'll bring that top one on around. And while I'm here, I'll go ahead and tuck in this. I hope it's long enough. I'll go ahead and tuck it in. We'll see if it's long enough. So I'm gonna put in 1, 2, 3. Let's just go 4 because it was a bunch. 4 twists.
Is that twisted in reverse?
It is. For most people. So I had that off of there. Now that's way out of whack now. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna go ahead and tuck. Well, I'm gonna wait. Let's just check the timing first. We on good everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Let's see. Charles asked, is it better to put twist in rather than taking twist out?
I would adjust it according to what the poundage did. So we were a little under poundage. So I know that putting a twist in the cable is going to bring that up. And I know that we got a long axle to axle, so I need to compress everything a little more. Just looking at these timing holes that are on this bow, I'm probably better taking these things off and measuring them because they're way out of whack.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to I'm going to try to leave the yoke cables on and measure the power cable and the string. Something's way off.
Do you remember those specs off the top of your head? Is it a Halon 6? Halon 32.
I'm just going to go ahead and measure the whole thing. If we're going to do it, we might as well do it.
Yeah.
Come on off of there, buddy. Check that camera. Thank you so much. I'm gonna bet that these cables are way off spec wise, but we'll see. Anybody doing anything crazy for the 4th? Trips, cookouts. We're just hoping to get caught up a little bit.
It'll never fail.
What is it?
Oh, I still be working. I got grass to cut. All kind of good projects.
You know the specs, you gotta find them.
No, I can get them right now.
Alright.
Muddy Duck says this is fun watching you do the breakdown. She said, and also said ride 4-wheelers, I hope. Let's see here. I'm about to set this down where I can actually.
Whoa.
Alright, Halon 32 is 13 on the yokers.
That was perfect. I figured the yolks would be fine. It's just those. Where's my other yoke? I done lost it. Here it is. I'm betting those cables are way out. That one's actually a little long. So with these, you can't twist them because it's just serving. You got to twist these inside their self, if that makes sense. Almost. If you just joined us, we're giving away a wrist sling, so pick a number between 1 and 25. Look through the comments, try not to pick a number somebody else has got. And then we moved in here, we got a Halon 32 that was shipped in. A guy had put strings on it, and then it had a dry fire incident. And
I'm
now
gonna try to back it up. They want to see the measuring station.
okay. So now we're trying to check the links on it because it was way out of whack. So
Okay.
all this is a 100-pound pneumatic cylinder, 1/4-inch pins, and we just measure pin to pins. Nothing terribly fancy. What's our cable?
29 and 11/16.
$29 and 11/16. Woo! There's our problem. It is about 3/8 of an inch too long. I'm gonna have to really, I don't even know if we can twist it up this enough.
May have to add some twist up there.
Thank God the air finally turned off. Alright, maybe that'll get us a little purchase. Maybe just a hair more. I'm gonna put a little wax on this cable. It looks like when he had his dry fire episode, I'm betting what happened was that QAD cord got snatched out of this cable and is frayed up pretty good. So while we got it here in a controlled environment, I'm gonna hit it with some wax. Okay. So that one's good. I'm gonna stick it through here so it don't untwist. It was off literally 3/8 of an inch. I don't know. You never know what happened. You know what I mean? These are America's Best. You know, PSEs come with them. They're a pretty okay string, and you never know. There's a million things that could have happened. They could have untwisted out of the package, or the dry fire could have messed with them. Them jokers are long.
How much is that off?
But, well, actually more.
Good Lord.
But I put twist in it down here before I even measured it, so. I'm gonna lay the twist to this one. It's borderline of, we just put him a new set of strings on here if he's okay with that. Because I'm still short. I mean long. I'm gonna have so much twist in this thing. That's where we need to be. Did that one need? I'm gonna put a little wax on that one too, but it looks a lot better than the other one.
Mm-hmm.
And last but not least, we'll check the string. But them things were way out of whack.
Muddy Duck says he just needs to get a set of shack string.
Yeah, I mean, I think.
We did a SR6 for him last year.
Yeah, I mean, he would probably be fine if we told him to restring it. I just trying to see what happens here.
63.5 on the string length.
All right. $63.5. Oops. It's a little over a quarter too long. This thing's way out of whack. If you're just tuning in, we're tinkering with a Halon 32, the 6-inch brace height version. Got sent in, had a little dry fire incident, and he couldn't get it tuned. So we just discovered the cables are all cattywampus links, and I guess we're gonna put it back together. So the Halon series have these little splitters, whatever you want to call them. I'll stick this through here. Stick that through there. And then the yoke cable goes around that little half moon of a thing, if you want to call it that. And then the whole system, these go around the sides of the cam, and this hooks on the actual cam itself. So we'll go back over here and start putting all this back together. Check that cam while we got it off. They don't look to be warped. I don't think, from what I understand, it was a complete dry fire. It was he had it in some kind of draw board, and it turned loose. I bet it got his attention.
Oh yeah.
So that's how that works. Those yokes, that's a free floating bearing there. And those yokes just flip on there. It's real easy, if you ever work on one of these, to get a strand or two off of this, and you'll start letting the bow press off, and the whole thing will jump off, and it'll scare you to death.
It will.
But
or you go back to shoot it through paper and
dink,
dink when you're at full draw.
Get this back on. I do like the Matthews. A lot of people's went to them now. They use a thicker axle. I just like that for events like this. If somebody dry fires it or whatever, used to, you'd get bent axles and all sorts of bad juju. These tend to do a lot better. We'll give that a little love tap. Get on in there. Thank you. Oh, I dropped my wrench. I got put our screws. So the axles actually screw in on each side, so it's pretty cool. I think that's a good idea as well.
Muddy Duck says not bad juju.
I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna hook it on this QAD arm. Oh, it ain't gonna stay there. I'm gonna hook it on that QAD top arm so it don't untwist. With these bows and there's so much busyness going on, it's hard to let it not untwist, but I try to do everything possible to
Keep it from untwisting.
take our little half moon doohickey here, splitter, whatever you want to call it. It's got the little hole, stick it through there, feed it through itself. It'll always catch on that serving. Okay. Stick it through there. Perfect. There goes that air. Get on in there. I can't put that on, you ain't put that on. There. Now the question is where I set that little screw.
I thought you said it right here.
Thought I did too. A lot. Did it roll off?
I hope it didn't roll under here.
It didn't roll down. See it? I just swore I set it right there.
Rut rope.
I'm good at losing stuff.
Yeah. It ain't laid up on here anywhere, is it?
We're going to rewind to see where I put it. We'll figure it out in a minute. Let me grab rope.
If anybody's seen where he put that little screw, how about telling us where he put it? Because I wasn't paying attention.
Let me see that in a minute. I won't show it. Leon, if you're still on here, look at that cake they brought me. That ain't for Leon though. Check that joker out right there. I have got a million of those magnet trays over there, but if it never fails, I'll still lose a screw. Oh Lord, I about to drop the phone. Anyway, that's Leon's string we got going. That is a majority of it is gunmetal, and it's got like a orange pinstripe, and it's weird because like 75% of the strands are gunmetal, but it still almost looks like it's just a two-colored deal, but still pretty nifty. Pretty nifty. Anyway, figured I'd show you all that. Back to the cake. That came in. Look at that thing. I'm going to get one of them. I like the green's my color. We got a couple black ones in to hang in there too. All right.
I don't know how you do it.
I'll find it.
But I don't see it.
She gone.
She gone.
Might be in the floor in a minute.
Hang on, Muddy Ducks. My phone is sitting over there behind Jeremy, and I just seen your comment flash up. Let's see. And I knocked the box down. And yeah, Brad, we're still taking numbers 1 through 25. Just scroll back through and make sure that you hadn't picked a number that somebody already else has. And Muddy Duck said how much?
The Gen 7,
Oh no, she just said how much.
I guess you're talking about the Gen 7. They're what, 160?
The regular Gen 7 is one.
That's right. I think the X is more.
The Gen 7X is 199, and just the regular Gen 7 is 160, I believe.
I think you're right.
Yeah, Brad, 9's good. You got it. Leon said he'd like to try the Gen 7X. I'm gonna be honest with you, Leon. Before deer season rolls back, back around, I'm gonna have one
Me too.
myself.
I'm gonna put one on a Black 3 and hunt with it.
And put it on my Black 5 and hunt.
Okay. Got that looking better. Get the string on.
And then hunt a screw down.
Yeah, I about forgot about the screw. I bet when I bumped it, who knows?
I never did see where you laid it at on the tail.
I thought I put it right here. But knowing me, it's in my pocket or something. She's back. Let me find that screw. This could get interesting.
But if anybody just joined, giving away this wrist sling tonight, pick a number 1 through 25 and just scroll back through the comments and make sure that somebody already hadn't picked the number.
I don't see it on the floor.
Think it might have kicked under the box.
Maybe we'll roll it over. Oh man. Good old live feed.
Yep.
Dropping screws. I know that's why y'all love us.
I just hope it didn't fall up under our wooden top right here.
Just looking to see if it roll anywhere.
Hang on, we're
I
not.
didn't sit it over here, did I?
No, we just had, let's see. Daniel said the screw was put on the table in line with the limb where the cam was laid.
Right here. I knew they were paying attention. It was a test. It was a test.
Y'all, believe it or not, we actually got called up halfway one day and I pretty much cleaned that whole counter off over here. Wasn't nothing over here. After 30 minutes of me doing that, that's what it looks like now. Thanks to Jeremy and Jackie.
We need to go ahead and take applications for a in-house cleaning person.
Muddy Duck says we looking too hard.
No, let me get all my cables on. We'll look some more in a minute. One of those little yoke slipped off on this side, I just noticed.
William says about time to get an archery made. Whoa,
It's still off. Yeah. That's what we need out here, a topless archery made,
oh Lord.
but not TJ.
I hope you got an extra bedroom because Vanessa will kick my butt out.
Now this one's off. Now this one's off. This is the only thing I hate about these bows is you got to get all these just right and hold your mouth right to get this thing on. And you'll think you got it. Nope.
Tink.
Get that straight. Get that straight. That screw couldn't have went that far.
At least that's what we hope. We took it out right here.
I usually sit stuff to where it's pretty obvious. But I did bump that press one time. I'm thinking when I bumped it, it went berserk. I'm gonna hold that, you look on that side.
Alright.
There's no telling where this thing has went. If you just tuned in, we are restringing a Matthews Halon 32. I got all the strings and cables back to factory length, and then I dropped the screw that goes in the axle, and TJ is all out looking like an alligator on hands and knees over here looking for it. And I was a minute ago. I don't think he showed y'all that scene of embarrassment.
It's gotta be right here.
I'm about to get my phone out and look, see if it'll let me rewind and see what I did with it.
He said that we put it right here.
That's where I thought I put it. I thought I laid it right there.
I'm just hoping it didn't somehow.
Ease up on that real gently like. I'm gonna look up under it.
We can't, it's screwed down.
Oh, you're right. And this bottom drawer was open.
We just need to get us a big magnetic floor or something. Big floor that's
Well, yeah, we need like a 10 by 10 magnetic floor thing with like a big lip on it. And then when it hits, because that's the bad thing. You drop a screw in here and it hits this concrete floor, and that joker will bolt across the floor and be somewhere you didn't expect. Here, I'll trade with you. I'll look for a while.
Alright, I'll move this press just a little bit.
All right.
Muddy Duck said I was working for another piece of cake. Actually, Muddy Duck, I've kind of backed off the sweets a little bit.
You telling me you on the South Beach diet?
I'm on a diet, but
I'm not. I'm gonna push this back over there.
alright. I actually was trying to lose a little weight before we went to the Total Archery Challenge, which they canceled on us, and I just continued to slowly try to lose a little weight.
Man, don't you hate losing something like that, a little bit of screw? I just can't believe we hadn't spotted it somewhere right here.
Sorry the camera's shaky, guys. I'm trying to...
Oh, the air's off.
run camera and find the screw.
We'll go ahead and look.
He's going over here to the magic box.
I was just seeing if we had a debatable.
Maybe we ought to clean the surface off before we go. Oh, wait a minute.
Holy crap, he found it.
I believe I found it.
Somebody give that man a something. I'm just curious if we got somebody give him a sugar. It won't be me there. Okay. It was laying right there the whole time.
William said the seafood diet. You see food and eat it.
That's the way I go about it. I need to. Somebody remind me. I thought I might have had some, but I don't. I need to get a couple of them screws extra in case we run into this again. I try to keep extra parts like that, but that is one screw I didn't have over there in any of the boxes. All right, so now we're back to normal. Our timing marks do not look legit. It looks like, judging by these time, I'm gonna let a little tension off and then look at the timing mark. I like to get them close before I even take it out of the press, because on these Matthews bows, they are pretty on point as far as if you line them up, usually the cams will time decent. So I got a lot of tension off. I need to put some twists in this one right here to get them to line up. Feels weird twisting this backwards. These are twisted in reverse direction of what most people build them. It just feels funky. What was it, last live feed we was beating on the bow with a hammer?
Yeah, and having a threat to get the grinder out.
We're getting close. It might need one more twist, but I'm gonna take a little tension off. That's not quite center. I'm gonna give it about a little bit more, and I think we'll be there. If you're just tuned in, I know I keep saying this, people probably get tired of me hearing it, but I know people jump on here and we're in the middle of something. So we're giving away a fancy wrist sling. Pick a number between 1 and 25, but before you do, try to scroll back through and not pick a number somebody else has got. If that happens, we normally just say whoever got the number first is who wins it. And secondly, we had a Hayline 32 shipped in. It's the 6-inch brace height version. And the guy had ordered America's Best strings, put them on, had it in a draw board. His hook broke. It blew, or it didn't blow. It dry fired the bow pretty much. He couldn't get everything right, so he shipped it to us. We just took the cams off and the whole 9 yards, got the cables and the string back to the right length. Now we're going to work on the cam timing, and then we're going to end up shooting it and seeing what happens. So I'm just making sure I got everything routed good, and that these little yokes ain't going to surprise me. That's good. I'm going to check our timing holes. I think I need to take a half twist back out of that cable. Still going the wrong way because it's twisted reversed. Okay. Hooked. I'm gonna go ahead and tuck in our rest cord while I'm doing stuff. We lost a screw and had like a 10-minute diversion. We have had several people ship in broadheads, so sooner, well, I hate to say sooner than later because it got, y'all know, last week everybody was messaging me because we didn't go live, but we had so many, we still do, so many bows laying here waiting to be worked on and string orders and all that. We just were trying to kind of get a dent took out of it. But at some point, we're going to build like a broadhead test something and just leave it set up outside to where we can like shoot through a bunch of layers of stuff and see how far it penetrates. Maybe shoot it at a steel drum, a concrete block, whatever. Do some sort of an angle penetration test to see if the blades deflect or not. All that stuff. So just stand by, and then hopefully as we get broadheads to test, we can send them through that same exact course every time. That way, my original thought was to get like 30 different broadheads at one time. But then I was like, it'd be a lot easier just as we get one or two, just that way I can make like a video dedicated to each broadhead. So anyway, to those of you that have shipped in or dropped off broadheads you'd like us to test, we appreciate it. It just may be
a little while
till we get to it. Timing holes look good. I'm on up here. You look good up there. I think we're good. We'll know in about 2 seconds.
Everything looks good on my end.
All right. Now, just for giggles, I'm gonna check because when he sent it in, the axle was like a 1/2 inch long. The brace height was short. The brace height's dead on. Let's get a quick gander. Yeah, we're looking good. So now I'm gonna be looking at, this is a 60-pound bow. I'm gonna see if we're around 60, 62, 63. I'm gonna check the cam time, and if all that works, next thing I'll just level the rest. Looks like his rest is loose. Get it level, and then we can shoot this joker. Let's go check the cam time again. This butte was dropped off to TJ.
Yeah.
Another crossbow explosion. Check this out.
Both bus cables.
Boom.
The loop blew out on both of them, and no string.
Did he dry fire? Yeah, no strings. Kind of the.
I don't know. He said that he picked it up for his son, or he dropped it off for his son. So there's no telling what we'll get into on that one. I checked the limbs, and so far so good.
All right. We'll check our poundage first.
I know y'all can't see that scale.
We at 63 pounds, so that's a good thing. Alright, here comes our cam timing. Man, it's gonna be, oh, Nelly, we are on the money. Here, I'm gonna hold that for a second.
Right.
So there's our stop, hitting that serving there. I wish I could somehow split screen it, but they are on the money. That's why I really like the timing dots on this particular bow. Our rest is good, but he already had it tied in time, so I stuck it back in there. So now, let's go check to see if stuff's level. And also, I'm gonna fix this. The way whoever tied this peep in, the strand is like coming off the back of the peep. It's not, it's a little jacked up.
It's hard to see, I know.
Anyway. So now, I'm gonna get this string level. In the ballpark. So we're level and the arrow's downhill a good bit, so I'm gonna fix that. All right, let's see where we're at. Where you at right there, T-Bub?
Dead level.
Alright, so it's pretty much her. I'm gonna eyeball the center shot. It's close. Let's go shoot it. Get a release.
You gonna fix the peak?
Let's shoot it first and then I will.
Yours is on the front counter.
Alright. I'm just curious to see if it tuned up pretty good.
And I know we keep saying it, but if you just joined in, pick a number between 1 and 25. We're gonna give away a wrist sling a little bit later on. And we just got done doing one of our super tunes to a Halon 32 that Mike has sent in to us. We worked on his SR6 last year. We built a set for it.
Let's just see what it does. It could be nice or it could be off. I'm going to fix that loop too.
Yeah, you got a major knock pinch.
Come on this side. Let's show them what we're talking about. So one of the reasons I do, if you watch the other videos, one of the reasons I tie them like I do, just get in close on this wrist. Watch when I pull this thing back. It's going to lift up off the wrist. See that? That's like major knock pinch issues, which is probably going to cause it to shoot weird, but I'm going to fire it off. We're looking good, but I'm definitely going to fix that loop problem, and I'm going to definitely have to fix the peak. So let's go start doing that real quick.
One of the tears I just showed you was one that we had in the shop the other day. We was working on this one right here, and then we ended up getting her to there. So
Let's go tinker.
after I get stabbed by an error trying to follow Jeremy and look at comments.
So what I'm going to try to do, it looks like here's what they did. They did tie the inner knock points, but they got them super tight. There's no gap. And that's what happens when there's no gap. You go to pull back, and all that preload goes on that air, and you've seen it when we just did it. It picks it up, and it can cause all sorts of problems. So what I'm going to try to do is slide the bottom of this loop down, untie the bottom set of ties, give it that little gap, and then retie it. That way it keeps all our knocking point stuff the same. Worst case, I'll just redo the whole thing, but
Muddy Duck said just slap some fletching glue on it, you'll be good.
glue it. I've seen a lot of comments that say, oh, if you tie them knocking points, it'll still lift up and preload it and all that. And that is true if you do it like this. If you don't give it that little bit of gap, that will happen.
I'm gonna try to get in close, but it is super duper hard to get in close. What would you say, just one a
Like-
loop?
Yeah, like one wrap of serving gap or something, like not much. It ain't got to be a ton. It's just, but you got no gap in it. It's gonna snatch it up. And then ultimately, what's happening is it's putting a pressure on that arrow before it gets launched, which can make it go crazy or shoot weird or whatever.
Grover says he's a little late, but he's here. Grover, we're giving away a wrist sling here in a little bit. So if you pick a number between 1 and 25, just scroll back through the comments and see what numbers are left. And we got done working on a well, finishing up a Halon 32 that was a little out of whack. But I don't know if you want to call it a dry fire or not. He had the guy that sent us the bow had the hook break on his bow scale on his draw board, and it kind of dry fired a little bit.
A little dry fire.
If you want to go ahead and throw them numbers that are left up, Muddy Duck, we'd much appreciate it.
We need to figure out how to make Muddy Ducks like a moderator of our deal.
Oh, Sly asked, what do you guys think about the situation with Obsession?
I don't know. I think it could go one of two ways. My biggest question, and I hadn't talked to anybody yet at Obsession, is, I mean, are they still going to operate as two completely separate companies, or are they going to
merge?
Yeah, because like when I think it was about 3 years ago now, 4 years ago, whatever, when we sold a good many Obsessions that 1 year, you know, one of our big selling points was, hey, they're just right over here in Georgia. They're about 2.5 hours from us. So I don't know. I'm just curious of how everything's going to be run, and like if I was guessing, I know Obsession just bought a bunch, like last year bought a bunch of new CNC machines and all that. So I just wonder, will they start manufacturing the Martin risers and stuff in Georgia and shipping them? I don't know. But I know Dennis Lewis is going to be involved still, you know, and I don't see him moving from Georgia. He has lived there his whole life, and he's got a hunting cabin there and all this stuff. So it could be a good thing. I hope it's a good thing, but I can see it, whatever happening. I know when Arcus bought Obsession, they started kind of spiraling down. Not that they were bad, it was just like when they bought them, I remember I'd call to order a bow, and they were like, no, you need to call the Arcus office, and it was in like New York, and then they'd, no, you need to call Georgia, and it was just a big mess, and you never know who to call or talk to. So I'm hoping it turns out good for them.
Leon said he thinks he read on Archery Talk they were staying separate companies.
I think that'd be a good thing.
Me too.
In my opinion.
I do too.
I'm gonna flip this peep around and hopefully not have to. But yeah, I mean, I hope it works out good for everybody. I know, like this year at the ATA show, Obsession usually had a good bit of crowd at their booth. This year, like nobody was there.
It was dead.
It was awkward. Like you'd go past it and be like, "What is going on here?" And literally, like 2 weeks after the ATA was when they announced Arcus had. We didn't know, we didn't know if they were closing or what, but I guess Arcus had got out of the
contract.
Yeah. Which I guess was sort of the money behind them, or I don't know how that works, but we shall see going forward.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if they still going to have old Struthers designing cams for them.
I don't know. Have you seen anything about that, Leon? I hadn't been on Archery Talk recently to look, but I know a lot of those people kind of have the scoop. I need that little fuzzy to get out of there. Okay.
If we had, what was it? We heard a rumor or something that he wasn't going to be designing or something like that.
Who knows? You never can tell what the...
Like I said, I mean, that was probably just a rumor that we had heard.
And then Expedition, I seen today, we're not an Expedition dealer, but they dropped the price of all their bows a good chunk. And I seen some people happy and some people mad, and I don't know what that, I think the COVID probably hurt, especially the smaller companies like Expedition. It probably put a little bit of a hurting on them.
Leon said that he wasn't sure. He
gonna time this peep, see if it stays straight, and then go shoot through the paper again, and then hopefully we're good. Use a set of pliers right there. But boy, was this thing out of whack.
Man.
We lost a screw for 10 minutes. It was sitting right where we was looking.
Sly said he's wondering if Expedition will benefit from that though.
I don't know. I think Expedition, you know, is one of those companies that makes it just like Athens. They make a good product. It's just they need to figure out how to get their name out there. Now I will say I heard this about Obsession. They just bought a sponsorship with Bow Junkie, so that's gonna help.
Yeah.
Especially if they would get into maybe a little more tournament stuff. I don't see how that would hurt. But like Expedition,
Dang.
they just need to, in my opinion, figure out how to get their product out there in Athens and everybody else.
Matthew says, how's the weather over there? It's 95 and 2 tornadoes on the ground 30 miles from me.
It's about 95, but no tornadoes.
Yeah, and humid.
Very, very, very humid. Uncomfortably humid. I was just about to say up at Haircuts off.
Well, Jackie would have just went over there and turned it off.
Jackie ain't playing. Let that breeze quit flowing and my lighter will finally work.
We was in here the other day and I'm like, darn, it's getting awful hot in here. And next thing I know, I walk over there and look, he got it set up on 78 degrees.
Man likes it warm. They say when you get old, you get that way. Jackie's like 97. Hopefully he sees that. All right, let's go see what she does.
You got your release.
I think I left it in here. I hope. I don't know if I did or not. Yeah, there it is. Sweet. Hopefully we cured that lifting up problem. The only other reason it would lift up is if the center servant is extremely big and is grabbing on that arrow. Let's see what happens here. Oh yeah, look at that. Did not lift up. We good. Good and smooth. Peep sight straight. Oh yeah, that is beautiful.
Where are we at?
That very left one right there.
The left one right there.
Let's see how fast it goes. This is a round of 400 grain arrow. 63 pounds, 29-inch draw. Let's see, everybody always asks.
Sly says it is hot here in Chicago and a lot of shootings.
Seems like there's a lot of shootings everywhere these days. This thing got crazy. Alright, what y'all reckon? What do you think, TJ?
I'm gonna come in at around 285. Well, yeah, I'll say 285.
I'm gonna say 281. What y'all think? Which this is how we should have done the drawing. Whoever gets it,
Yeah.
we'll do that one week. 289. That was close. At least we got this joker right.
Yeah.
If Mike watches this, he's gonna be like, "Good Lord, they done lost my screws."
In the bed.
I turned that off, didn't I?
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll go back in here and chat with them.
All right.
I got my phone in my pocket. So if you're gonna sit over here, I'll put it right here. See if I can see us that way.
Let me get the phone. Yeah, they can see us right here.
But yeah, Jeff, I think he goes by Reb, Jeff Redman. Thank you for sending that box of stuff. Jeff put that he can't get on the live feeds because his internet's sketchy where he lives at, so he watches on his lunch break. So I'm sure he'll watch us afterwards and be laughing at us.
Oh yeah.
But he sent us a cool box of stuff to give away. Where's that wrist sling at? I haven't lost it.
I got it back here.
Anybody see where we put it?
I know where it is.
Let's see here. Let me get my phone up here. That's what we ought to do one week is tune a bow and then say, all right, whoever gets closest to the speed is winning.
Leon had put 280.
Got fuzz on me. All right, so if you hadn't picked a number and you just tuned in, we told everybody to pick a number between 1 and 25, and we're going to give away this wrist sling. It's a lockout door stiffy sling. You can kind of put it wherever, and it's got the fancy mount and all that stuff. So if you hadn't picked a number, go ahead. We'll wait a minute or two, and then we'll get on something and choose a random number.
And we'll ship it out tomorrow because we won't be here Saturday, so I'll make sure it goes to the post office tomorrow.
And if whoever wins it, if I don't already have your address, send us an email, archeryshack@gmail.com. Let us know you want it, and you email or you ship an address. We'll get it in the mail, and then we'll go from there.
I don't know what kind of broadheads he sent us, but there they are. They look like, one of them looks like a Slick Trick. Those kind of look like those new hybrid Grim Reapers, or the Muzzy hybrids.
Mm-hmm.
We got two of them. It's got to be a Muzzy. And then Slick Trick maybe.
That
Or
is
is that
a
Exodus?
Yeah, that's a QAD Exodus.
Muddy Duck says we got her address already.
We got it. We straight up get it. I guess we will draw a number. I got all kind of notifications popping up.
I don't know what broadhead anymore. I should have asked him. I got the boy's number. I'll probably might send him a message tomorrow or call him, unless he watches and just he. CJ, if you're watching this after the fact, or if which two are those that's the hybrid, and just leave a comment or something like that. That way,
Here, I'll get on random on my phone here.
I got it pulled up.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah.
T-Bob's on it.
Just whenever you ready.
I guess we're ready. Nobody else has put a number.
Generate. Number 3.
Number 3.
I remember seeing it.
Number 3. I'm looking.
Is Richard Crappy Master RC.
Heck yeah. Congratulations.
Yep.
You have just won this fancy wrist. But yeah, very cool.
Yeah, we got your address, Richard. We just shipped your bow Monday, so.
But yeah, we got some more stuff.
Oh yeah, we got
Jeff sent us, and somebody else said they were sending something. I can't remember, and we still got somebody from what was it, the bow mitt?
Chris with
Yeah,
Archery America is supposed to be getting us a bow mitt.
a bow mitt to give away. I can't remember what else. But if y'all definitely don't, you ain't gotta go like buy nothing to send us to give away or whatever. But if you got any connections of some smaller companies, we don't need anything super expensive. But anyway, tell them what we do and see if they're interested in us giving something away on one of our live feeds. But we'll keep on. One week, let's give away one of them nose buttons. Everybody's went crazy about them. It'd be something to give away. Anyway, I guess we'll get off here. It feels like we've been on here for 3 hours to search for a screw for an hour and a half. We got that bow right, so that's good. Anyway, if y'all need anything, y'all know how to get a hold of us. It's in the description. We'll be gone Saturday for the 4th. We're gonna close and do our whatever we're gonna do, and then we'll be back next week, ready to roll. We still got a ton of bows to work on.
Yeah.
Trying to get most of the strings that's been ordered out by before we close Saturday or whatever, and then
You mean Friday?
Friday. Today's Thursday.
Yeah.
I keep thinking it's Wednesday. We're gonna get as many of those out tomorrow as we can, and then 4th of July, and then usually about 2 weeks after the 4th, the busy season really hits. So I'm curious to see if it changes this year or if it stays kind of like it is or what. But y'all will know.
Oh yeah.
We missed the podcast on the live feed, but we put out a podcast this week, and then we got another one for next week,
Mm-hmm.
and then we're coming up on our year podcast anniversary. We're gonna give away a recurve bow. So I got to figure out how to do we'll probably go live and do something that it'll be like a Saturday evening, but I got to come up with the exact date and how we're going to do it, because I'm worried with that we may have a good many people on there, and I don't know if we should do our normal number thing or something different. We'll figure it out. But anyway,
I don't know. We'll have to figure something out.
But anyway, we'll get off here. Y'all have a good evening. Have a safe and happy 4th.
That's right.
Don't catch the China cough, and
don't drink and shoot fireworks. You might
if you do, video it.
yeah.
Please. And then it'll be like Tim Gillingham coming here with a nub.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank y'all for watching, and we'll see y'all next time.
See y'all.